time living. Using every gift I'm giving. Just the thought of your name is bone chilling. So appealing, my soul kinda got a warm feeling. See, since I was a little boy, all of my family really called you by your name. You know, King Messiah, on a big name. She told me that life was gonna cause pain. Just get on your face and call out his name. See, I can't lie, I love the world, man. I just feel that it's time to change. My walk, my talk, my slang, but it's all the same. My deal, still we gotta praise him. My problem is your problem. I know he can solve them. Jesus is who I call on. Guess what? We gotta praise him. Gas bill due, a light bill due, the rising bill due, man, y'all know how they do. Forget about what they do. See, I'ma stay focused on what he do. Well, I thank you for the phone that I'm talking on. Thank you for the legs that I walk. Thank you for the place that I call home. That's enough to get my praise on. My talk, my swing, get your swing, but it's all the same. My deals, but still, we gotta praise him, yeah. I know he can solve them. Jesus is who I call on. So yeah, I gotta praise, I gotta praise, gotta praise, gotta praise, I gotta praise. That's if you love him, that's if you need him. Open your heart and just receive him, yeah. I gotta praise, I gotta praise, gotta praise, gotta praise. Just if you love him, and when you need him, open your heart and receive, yeah. My faith is just same, but it's all the same. We gotta praise him. So guess what? We gotta praise him. Thank you for the love that I talk on. Thank you for the song that I talk on. Thank you for the place that I come home. Cause that's enough to get my praise on. Thank you for your love because you're here. Thank you for my help because I'm here. Could have been gone, but I'm still here. So guess what? We gotta praise him. K-Joe. P-Dog. Yeah. Yes. One more. Let me see. What I want. Let's see. What do I want? Let me see. Here. Hold on. Okay. I don't know God's gonna do it. I don't know when it's gonna. Come on, Brenda. I only know God is gonna make a way for me. I know He will. I know He's gonna do it. Me say. He never told me how He's gonna. just how he's gonna. And I got the shawty, yeah. I don't know when, I know he's gonna help me sing. Come on and tell the Lord. Tell the Lord. And I got the shawty, yeah. Come on. I know it's gonna make a way for me. I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna. I try to live. Lean on the mill. You ought to try to love. You ought to try to love. Tell the Lord. Come help me, Michael Max. Amen. Yeah. I don't know when he will. I don't know how. And I sure don't know when. I'm gonna wait. While I'm waiting. While I'm waiting. Just gonna say, Lord, do it for me. Do it for me. Fix it for me. Can't nobody do it like you can. Can't nobody fix it like you can. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Do it. I need a deliverance. I need a healing. I need a way out. I'm tired of waiting, Lord. Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Right now. Right now. Victory. Come on, Jesus. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 9 through 9, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. All the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you darn like. I want to say happy birthday, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body that's celebrating something today on March the 28th, 2024. Can y'all believe this month is almost gone? Oh my goodness. You know I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch. Mwah. I hope you felt that. Shout out to my chat. Hey, Auntie Melissa. Hey, Curl Lover. What's going on? Smooches to you guys. Smooches. Today is going to be very interesting. I'm going to try my best not to be on here too long, but it's going to be very darn interesting, okay? All right. So, yes, I missed my nail appointment today, y'all. Oh, Lord, today. I'm hoping I can get in tomorrow. I'm going to go straight after my medical thing that I get on Fridays. Yeah, because I need my nails to be changed. Yeah, the month is almost gone. It's weird. It's like this year is flying so fast, right? So I'm like, oh, my darn goodness. My son took me to the store. He went to, it's so funny, y'all, going to the store with your grown kids. Like, it's one thing when they little, but then when they grown and you realize they grown, you know, you like, for real. And my son was tripping in the store. And I was like, stop, you know. You know, and I'm looking at this 27-year-old grown man. And it's like, I remember when this little boy was little, you know, it just, yeah, it all came full circle today. I was like, wow, it all just hit me like, you got grown kids, girl. Grown. My baby will be 22 in January. I have actually grown kids, you know, so it just, yeah. I know if y'all got grown kids, do y'all ever just look at your kids and just think when they was little,
how whatever they used to do, and now they full-fledged grown, and you sitting there having a different conversation with them. Like, I've always tried to have an open door policy with my children because I didn't want them to feel like they couldn't talk to us about things and go out here and get misinformation from their quote unquote friends. So, we kind of kept the door open for them to have those uncomfortable conversations and everything with us. But I swear these kids share so much with me. I'd be like, do they remember I'm their mama? I mean, is it, I don't get it. And then sometimes when they be talking to me, they really get wrapped up and I get real quiet and they're like, oh, shoot, mama. Keep forgetting you my mama. I'm sorry, and I'll be rolling. Like when it all just manifests like, dang, I'm talking to my mama, So yeah, I just started. It was just a moment for me today, y'all. It was just a moment when you look at your grown kids and be like, dang, man, they grown. They are grizzled, Oh Lord. And I had more girls than boys. I had 7 girls, 2 boys. Okay. So my boys they a special breed. Do you hear me? For them to only be 2 of them, they got the strength and the know-how all to be 4. Okay. So it just trips me out. It just does. And my girls, just because they girls, don't mean nothing. They sometimes harder than some dudes I know. Like they don't play. They stand their ground 10 toes down, and so it's just, yeah, it's wild. It's wild, y'all. Anyway. All you got is boys. Okay, you a boy mom. Okay, girl, them. Ooh, my sons are a mess. Do you hear me? They are a mess. So I be like, Lord, today. Oh my goodness. I'm like, Lord, today. So anyway, y'all. Okay, so the title of my message today is Black Truth. Okay. And this is not to offend anybody that support me that is not Black. Please don't take it as that, because I am not prejudiced in any of the stretch of imagination. Okay, I told you my great grandfather is a full-fledged white Frenchman, so Spanishman, Frenchman, something, but he's white. Put it like that. Ain't not a black in, ain't nothing a stitch of black in him. So y'all. Every now and then I come on here and I teach you guys about the history of the Bible. Okay, the history of it. Well, I told y'all that this year would be the year of exposure, that a lot of things is beginning to manifest, okay? And that a lot of things will open up. It just will. And so this is, and I told you we're going to hear something in regards to spirituality, and it came full-fledged today. So I'm going to show you guys something, and then I'm going to get into what I want to talk about, because this opened up the know without. So get ready. Okay, for those of you all who have been living under a rock, this right here is Vladimir Putin. He is the president of Russia. Okay, and check this out. Let's hear.
Fighting from African for more than a millennium that Jesus was Black.
Russia has opened its cellars to reveal remarkable paintings of Jesus dating back to the 1400s. Have you ever seen or heard of biblical icons where Jesus or the Virgin Mary have dark skin? Or even Abraham or King David? Then look beyond Europe. Russia has opened its vaults to reveal biblical icons featuring darker-skinned figures. In case this is making you wonder if Russia has its own twist on biblical figures, the answer is a no. This is not the case at all. This is, a matter of fact, as real as the untouched horizon of time. These icons aren't just artistic anomalies. These hold deep meanings of hidden shaded truths, sparking serious, curious questions about history and faith, representation, and the unexpected corners of religious art. Pay close attention, amazing people. You are just about to hear it today, like it is, in this video. In the Bible that the Americans turned white when they told the stories to us. But Russians didn't get the memo. They went off for real history. Songs of Solomon. USA is also a great deceiver, and so many people inherit the wrong lesson from their great-grandparents and their parents, to the point where it's so deep that the lie is made true when the real answer is really just right there. But you never look, because why
San
would you?
Angelo in Rome is currently hosting an exhibition of 40 Russian icons that have left their country for the first time. They are pieces of art that were hidden after the October Revolution of 1917 in order to protect them from anti-religious destruction.
There's been so much debate going on around the world of late, bestirred by the unveiling of these black biblical icons. Some tend to think that the icons had blackened over time due to age, while others say that the blackness of the icons has nothing to do with age, but are a measure of accuracy meant to depict the actual color of the skins of the people.
We're going to stop it right there. Did y'all get that? The Russian president opened up the vault to show everybody what they have been knowing, that Jesus is actually black, that Mary was actually black, that the disciples was actually black. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that for a minute, okay? Now, if you've been following me for any length of time, I actually told y'all what? Okay. So this is not new, but it's good to hear finally somebody of that statue releasing everything. Oh, hold your wig, hold your toupee, because we're going to dive into some more stuff, okay? Watch. And then I got some stuff to tell you. Watch. All right. We're going to learn today. Okay, wait a minute. Where is it at? Right here. Nope, that's not the one. Hold on. Here we go, right here. Blah-dee-da, a lot of people don't believe it. Like the Truth Factor is mad and said, no, that's not true, this, that, and the other. But, okay, he's saying that Putin did that, right? Well, what does he got to say about this? And here we go. Okay, here we go. See these figures? Let me see if I can click this and it come up. Black Madonna and Black Baby Jesus. This is the Pope kneeling down to that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Well, right here, you see the Pope. He's kissing Black Madonna, Black Baby Jesus. This is what they still honor in the Vatican. This is what they still honor in Europe and Rome. The pictures never changed. In Europe and Rome, Madonna and Jesus and the disciples all are black. They never whitewashed it there. But everywhere else in the United States and some other places, they whitewashed it. They painted them white. But where the Pope them go every day, almost all day, to give honor, they are giving honor to a black painting, a black figurine, a black, everything is the way that it was as it is captured. This even says 10 images of Europeans praying. Look. So here's the thing. Everyone knew, I'm going to say this, everyone of importance kind of knew who we were except us as a people. if us as a people really knew who we were, we would deal with each other as well as business and different things differently. Okay. We're the only ones that really don't know where we come from. Okay. So let me show you something else. One moment. Okay. And thank you for y'all being here this afternoon. Let me get my coffee while this play a little bit. Hold on. I had to have another cup of coffee. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Listen.
But I need to put this out there and put this out there right now. The white Jews that you and I have honored and been taught all these years are God's chosen people is an absolute lie. They are imposters. They are fake. They are descendants of the Romans that rose up into power in between the New Testament and the Old Testament that we as Christians believe was the Dark Ages, but God was speaking. We have been duped to believe that our black family members are low-life monsters created to be slaves and nothing more than that. But the truth is the absolute opposite. They are the chosen of God. They are the chosen of Yah. And God, even the God that we say we call upon in Christianity, is coming back to redeem his people. And it makes it very clear that the nation that held his people in slavery are going to fall, much like Pharaoh fell when he refused. But I need to put this out there and put this out there right now. The white...
Did y'all hear him? Did y'all hear him? Let me finish letting this play. I got one more after this.
Jews that you and I have honored and been taught all these years are God's chosen people is an absolute lie. They are imposters. They are fake. They are descendants of the Romans that rose up into power in between the New Testament and the Old Testament that we as Christians believe was the Dark Ages, but God was speaking. We have been duped to believe that our black family members are low-life monsters created to be slaves and nothing more than that. But the truth is the absolute opposite. They are the chosen of God. They are the chosen of Yah. And God, even the God that we say we call upon in Christianity, is coming back to redeem his people. And it makes it very clear that the nation that held his people in slavery are going to fall, much like Pharaoh fell when he refused. But I need to put...
That's right. He's absolutely right. That's why a whole lot of things is going to start happening. It's already started in the spiritual realm as of the end of January. But we're going to start seeing a lot of things happen come from April on out, because this is the end times. I know people don't like to hear that. Whether in the end times, we got 2 months, 20 years, we are still in the end times. We don't count days as God count days. And before we leave this earth, we shall rule. Okay? Because actually God, like he just said, God is coming back to avenge us. Okay? You know how they always say you're supposed to always protect Israel? Well, you are, but you all have not protected us. You enslaved us. We're Israel. We're the Hebrews. Okay? You're always supposed to protect us, and you didn't. You protected the false ones. Let me get to my other part that I'm going to pull up. Give me one moment. La, 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 la. Pow, 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 pow. Shaboom. Okay, so I'm going to read this, and then I got another video. It all goes together. So just bear with me, okay? It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even until the other. And there shalt serve our gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of the feet have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. That was the punishment that that was given to us. The ships came. Okay, bond woman, bond. I mean, we were stuck in all of this. We live in fear. All of this was our curse that was put upon us for being disobedient to God. However, he did say, but I will recompense you. But I will come back and fight your enemies for you, and ye shall reign again. So we had to go through years for being disobedient children of the Most High. How does it always look like everybody else gets a break but Black people? Like no matter, we never get a break. It's like everybody else can come and they can get land, they can get money, they can get benefits, they can get everything. And we'll work our fingers to the bone and we still live in sorrow. We still don't get the break that everybody else gets. Okay, let me get to my next video. La-di-da-di-da-dum. Give me one moment. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see it.
Don't teach this is because they don't want to get in the struggle either. Black churches don't teach this is because they don't want to get in the struggle either. They don't want to make it, quote unquote, racially motivated. People, this has nothing to do with racially oriented. I'm going to say that again. This has nothing to do with being racially oriented. This is biblical.
Amen.
I'm going to repeat that. This is biblical.
Amen.
These are biblical people. If they weren't, why are they in the Bible? If God didn't want you to see this, then why did he write it? He did it because it has to do with his story. I'm saying your forefathers, now walk with me, don't miss this. Because 98% of everybody out there believes that their roots starts in Africa. So they call themselves Black African Americans. And really what they should be talking themselves is they are what? The Hebrews and the Jews of the original temple of the city of David.
Preach.
Amen.
And the kente cloth that you find in this, that most Black culture uses as African cloth is the center cloth that was used in Solomon's temple and his mobile moving tabernacle. So where did you get that cloth from? Moses' mobile moving tabernacle. How did Moses get it? Because he was married to Zipporah and also an Ethiopian woman and etc. Now do you get the picture? Is this some good stuff? So you must take the people back past Africa, past Africa, past Africa. You got to get them back to the city of David and show them right here that Queen of Sheba was already in the city of David at the time of Solomon when the temple was being built. Oh, I don't know about you, but I can get excited about that. Woo, this is good stuff. How many of you get this DVD? Can I get a witness, somebody? Amen. 1 Kings 3:1 and Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 5 and 6.
I am dark. Some versions say black, but lovely. O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Solomon. Do not look upon me because I am dark, because the sun has tanned me.
So the priesthood, and then I turned to my black culture and I said, what? Your bloodline is priesthood? And no one told you that? I mean, like, not even one sermon with the Holy Ghost? Not one time. Everybody's there. I mean, like, it never even crossed their mind. Like, I should maybe just mention this. I want to ask you a question. Why, out of thousands and thousands of preachers, would not one in the Holy Ghost have the revelation? Could it be that the presence of this thing that happened in Africa maybe still has some influence that you forget your roots and not even be interested in it? So you wonder why you're hated.
Well, tell us why. Tell us why.
Because it's what's in your blood. See, you don't know who you are. And God wants to reveal it to you. But even as I'm telling you no offense. Can I just be friendly? Even as I tell the black culture this, it's like, don't bring it up. And so what I do with my big mouth, I bring it up. Why? Why should you be ashamed of your culture?
Come on.
I don't understand it. It's not in my logic. Well, you have to think about this, because sometimes we have an internal struggle because God's got a repositioning. But every culture God has, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to share with you, every culture is in the Bible, just like this. But the reason we don't bring it up is because we have been brought up in a democracy/republic and a religion that doesn't want to discuss this because we fear what it will reveal. Because we're into controlling people instead of releasing people. Come on, everybody, amen?
Amen.
Black churches don't teach this. It's because they don't want to get in the struggle either.
And because most black pastors actually don't even know it themselves. They have been so brainwashed, and they only teach from where they've been taught. And they've only been taught about from white perspectives. So a lot of them don't even know how to teach this themselves. So therefore, they don't teach what they don't know. So some of these black preachers just don't know. Hey, Bird, smooches boo. So, you can't expect, it's like somebody trying to teach how to cook and they themselves can't boil water. They don't even know where to look to find an egg. It be sitting straight in the refrigerator. They like, where I look at, they looking up in the cabinets and everything to try to find some eggs. So, you have to actually put yourself in a learning position to get deeper into stuff that is only taught on the surface. I'm not just a pretty face. I told you I went to school. I didn't, it wasn't a good suggestion that I got my degrees. I actually learned, earned them, All right. So y'all heard that. That was he broke it down. So just in case you didn't get to hear that, go back and listen to it. You can always fast forward to that part and everything. Let me get the other one. Give me one moment. And then I'm going to give y'all some more. I'm going to reiterate with some of my old people about some of the stuff that I talked to them about. Wait a minute. Reason why I'm doing this because as this year go on, you're going to have to know who you are. You're going to have to know that you know that you know that you know who you are. Okay? It's going to get real, especially the closer we get to election time. It's going to get really, really real. And I hope you go back and listen to this. Just to reiterate who and whose you are. Now I'm going to give you a backstory on it, but give me one moment. Here we go.
Start off by saying that I feel really weird doing this video, but I have to because last night God came to me and it's a lot. It's a lot. And I remembered it's like I remembered everything as God was explaining this to me. So God explained to me that Black people are the chosen people. Why? Because Black people have had to stand up to authorities more than anyone. And if you think about what that means, standing up to authorities isn't really fighting them. It's telling them, hey, like, you're not treating me right. You're not above me, right? It's another way of saying God created all of us equally. And that's the truth. If you think about it, the government authorities, they're not above you. They're just playing a role. They're wearing a costume. But true freedom, which is what we were created with, is such that everyone is on an equal playing field. If you removed the systems, the government, we're all equal. No one is above you. No one is below you. And so that's why Black people are the chosen people, because they've had to do that more than anyone. And what else was I shown? Man, there was so much, you guys. But they showed me why Black people love Jesus is because Jesus doesn't need praise. Jesus just came as a messenger, as God, to tell people that Black people are the chosen people. Basically, Jesus came here to tell the people. He didn't want any credit. He just wanted to tell people Black people are the chosen people. So, yeah, I remembered all of this last night, and it was a lot. But that's what's happening today. Sorry, there's one more thing that God told me last night that I almost forgot. God told me that Jesus's soul is like black. It's like a Black person, because Jesus stands up to authorities too. And so the soul of Black people and the soul of Jesus is the same. And so Jesus comes as a messenger to tell the people, trust me, I don't know why I'm the one getting this information, but Jesus comes to tell the people that Black people are the chosen ones, that their soul is the closest thing to God, because God wants people to know that they're free, that that's their birthright, that your birthright is to stand up to authorities and be like, hey, you're not above me. We're brothers. Like, we're the same. We're equals. So yeah, that's all. I love you. So I just want to start off by saying that
more and more they try to shut this down about us, who we are. The more and more they try to do that, the more and more it's going to come out. The more and more they try to deny it, the more and more things are going to be revealed to back up that we are God's chosen people. The more and more they try to, it's just, you know how you spill milk? Once you spill milk, you can't pour it back in the bottle. Once the milk is running out and you get the bounty to wipe it up and stuff, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to put all that milk back in the bottle. Once the milk is out, it's out. Okay. And that's like this is coming out more and more. God is going to begin to trouble the minds of leaders. Hear me and hear me good. Mark this down. What's today? 3/28/24. God is going to begin to trouble the mind of leaders. Okay. We talking government leaders, just like he did Putin, the one I showed y'all. He's going to begin to trouble the mind of leaders where we're concerned. They are not going to be able to sleep. They're not going to be able to eat. It's going to bother them so much. They're going to have to come to the table and decide on doing something by us, something for us in order to get relief. And some of the leaders is going to begin to speak out. They're going to lose some of their constituents for speaking out, but they're going to gain the approval of God. I know I'm hearing this right. Go on, guys. Speak on. I'm listening. When I tell you some of these leaders, you're going to start, and people are going to think that they have lost their mind. That's how much it's going to bother them, because they're going to begin to speak about it even the more. Now, in the process of that, Black people, we're going to go through. What I mean by that, you're going to start witnessing a little bit more of prejudice, a little bit more of racism, because people are going to fear losing what they got because of who we are, and it's coming to the forefront. See, people feel like they're good as long as we stay in a certain place. But as time goes on, especially this year, as things begin to speedily change, it's like the changing of the guards. It's like you're going to see new people come up on the horizon, and people are going to say, oh, where these people come from? They just showed up all of a sudden. No, God has been dealing with them. It's just he's shifting things. Take nothing for granted at all. Take nothing for granted. When you go places, when you go to see a doctor, whatever, make sure that that's the doctor you're supposed to be under. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's why it pays to know God. And that's why it pays to hear his voice. Because in these days and times coming up this year, it's going to be evident that you listen to see if this is where you belong. If this is how you're supposed to be conducting your business. Is today the day I'm supposed to go to the bank, or should I wait until tomorrow? That's how important it is, and it's going to be for you to know God's voice. All because he's switching. He's switching. I know y'all heard the last shall be first and the first shall be last. He's switching. And I told y'all this year is like the tales of two cities. The best of times, the worst of times. Only you know how you've been living. If last year you didn't live a day's worth of dog meat, and I told y'all this last year, I said, get it together before this date, because God is counting. He's taking notes. And if you didn't live a day's worth of dog meat last year, then you know how your this year gonna go, right? The best of times, the worst of times, like the tales of two cities. Now, what I want to explain to you guys too is, remember some of the people who's been following me for a while. Let me pull up this. I like for y'all to see some, if I can prove it, some of the stuff that I've been talking about. I want you all to see this. Give me one moment. So while I go over it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let's make sure y'all can see it. Man, I was standing in the store today and something hit my foot. It was my charm off my bracelet. My butterfly hit my foot. I'm like, the devil is a lie. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. I got to get it back on here somehow. Y'all know I'm a butterfly fanatic. If you ever want to send me something, candles or butterflies is me. I love them. I love them. I love them. Anything butterfly and sweet smelling candles. Okay. All right. So y'all see this on your screen. It says Ham. Now, for the longest, Black people was told that we were from Ham. Okay. And that we were cursed. And people bought into that. Even preachers even preached that. And that has been nonsense from the gate. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. One of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark-skinned races. Okay, are the dark races, not the Negroes, not us. But the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. Okay, the curse itself fell on, it didn't fall on, even if it fell on Ham, we're not under Ham. We're under Shem. We are considered Shemites. Shemite. The Ethiopians, the Egyptians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites are considered Hamites. Hamites. Okay? Shem and Ham are brothers. Okay? They are the sons of Noah. Noah had 3 sons: Ham, Shem, Japheth. Okay. Also, Noah's 3 sons was married. So 8 is Noah and his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. That's the 8 humans that survived the flood. We are the descendants from Shem. So we would be considered Semites or Shemites. Some people pronounce it Semites, Simite. Some people Shemites, Shemits. That's where we come from. That's our bloodline. Now, there's a whole tribe that never left where we ran from. Let me take you back in history. When you go back in history, we ran from Jerusalem and through Egypt trying to find a place to sojourn because of people trying to enslave us. We ran to Africans, okay, hoping that they would protect us. The Africans knew who we were as well, and they had no connection to us. Even though they looked like us, they wanted nothing to do with us. So they made a deal with those that were looking to enslave us, and they gave them us, and they told them where we were hiding, and they told them where we were. Well, there was certain parts of us that never left, okay? And 2 of the tribes I can name, one is the Abigo. Hold on, y'all. I really think it's my brother-in-law. I'm gonna have to call him back in a minute. Unless he's in Louisville. If he's in Louisville, I got to travel to see him. I give him instructions out here to my house in a whole nother city. Okay. Anyway. So, all right, y'all. So yeah. So anyway, that's how they got some of us that wasn't already in other parts of whatever, right? And they were able to enslave us and find out where we were hiding and all of this and all of this. Well, there's, like I said, there's 2 tribes that I know of that stayed and was able to fight their way or sojourn where they were. And they're not lost, but they still named them the lost tribe. They're not lost. And if you ask them, they'll tell you, we're not lost. We know who we are. You know, if you talk to them, they'll tell them, we're not lost. We know who we are. Okay. So let me show you who they are. Give me one moment. And I know I mispronounced this name at first. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up. Hold on. One, I'm just going to show y'all the name. And the other one, give me one moment to pull this up. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay, these people right here. See how I couldn't pronounce their name? Igbo. There you go. Igbo Jews. Okay. See their color? Israelites and Ichabos are brothers. The Ichabos are the Jews of West Africa. The Ichabod people came from Israel. Okay. Okay, and so let me give you the name of the other people. Right here. The Bantu people. Did it change on your screen? It probably didn't change on your screen. Give me one moment. I don't know why it doesn't change sometime on the screen. There's the other people, the Bantu people. Okay. Okay, so give me one moment. I'm going to show you some pictures. I used to wear my hair like this. I didn't know that I was dipping into my heritage. I just seen this hairstyle one day and I was like, oh, I like it. So I used to wear my hair like this. And people said, oh, I love that hairstyle. Where you get it from? I never knew where I got it from. I just saw it in the magazine one day and just thought it would look good on me. And I used to wear my hair like this. Just like that. Yep. Just like that. These are the Bantu women. Some of the pictures of them. But yeah, the Bantus are the other ones that stayed. Okay, so let me get into a little bit more. This is for FYI, okay? FYI, just to let you guys know. Let me get my notes real quick. Hold on. Okay, so remember I told you there is a genetic proof of who we are. The Bantu Negroes, that's what they call, okay? They have descendants. And one of the descendants of the Bantu Negroes is the Agbos, the ones I just showed you, the Agbos, Jews, African Americans, West Indians, Brazilians, Haitians, and some people throughout the Caribbean nations, as well as the African Limba, okay, and some of the West African tribes. All of them are up under this blood type I'm going to give you again. Remember, my people, I gave you the blood type of us. And so I'm going to get, hey, the queen. Yes. And it's so easy to manage. So remember the blood type that we are Semitics, okay? It's Semitics. What it comes from the Shemites, okay? Shemites. And that blood type is E1B1A. Remember that. E1B1A. Now, the Agbo tribe, the Akbo Jews, they are the straight descendants of Aaron. If you don't know who Aaron is, let me tell you. Aaron was Moses' biological brother. Moses and Aaron had the same mother and the same father. So if E1B1A is the blood type of Aaron's descendants, then that's the same as Moses' descendants. Okay? Because again, they had the same mother and the same father. Even though part of Moses' life, he was in the palace with the Pharaoh, and he was considered the Pharaoh's daughter's son. Biologically, he shared the same mother and father with Aaron. And just to give you a little bit more history, remember Aaron, when Moses sought out to sojourn to do the will of God, he told God, I am of, let me just say, I'm paraphrasing, I am of stammering tongue, meaning he stuttered, okay? And he didn't want to go because Moses had a stuttering problem. And God gave him Aaron to help him. So that's why every time Moses went to confront Pharaoh, okay, especially when he said, God said, let my people go, and whatever you say, your people will suffer. Remember when Pharaoh was talking about he wasn't gonna let them go, and he spoke a curse on them, and Moses said, so let it be written, so let it be done. It's basically gonna fall back on your people. Remember, Pharaoh said, the first child in your family's gonna die, and Moses said, you just killed your own son, and blah 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 blah. See what I'm saying? Aaron was the one who interpreted that. When Pharaoh, when Moses he told Aaron to throw his staff down, and it turned into a snake, and then Pharaoh, his magicians throw their staff down, and theirs turned into snakes, but Moses' snake devoured those two, swallowed them up, and then turned back into a staff. Yeah, all of that was with Aaron, because again, Moses was of stammering tongue. He stuttered, like every word just about, he stuttered. And so Aaron went along with him to interpret and say what Moses couldn't, as his helper. Okay, so let me tell y'all something. A lot of times we like to do things by ourselves, but don't you know there was a reason why God didn't let that be so? In everything God did, he sent them out 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Remember that? He sent them out 2 by 2. And that's why he also told man, it's not good that you be alone. That's the first time we saw God putting a pair together, making a couple, giving somebody a helpmeet. 2 by 2. So all of you fly-by-nights by yourself want to conquer the world and do it all on your lonesome, and then you end up talking to the wrong people, confining the wrong people, telling them stuff you shouldn't be telling them, and it backfires on you, and you wonder why it backfires on you, for the simple fact that's not the one that God told you to share with. And I don't care if you've been friends since the sandbox. It still may not mean that God wants you to talk to them about intimate situations that you need to talk to other people about. There's somebody for everybody. Trust me, God got an ear for everybody on this earth that he wants you to confide in. Some of y'all have missed the opportunity to confide in the ear that God ordained for you. Now you got to wait until it comes back around, if it comes back around. And remember, this also should. Oh, wait, I'm getting off. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stay focused, because I done got all off my subject. Hold on. Let me stay focused. Okay, so I told you guys the E1B1A. Okay, so we're gonna move on. One moment. Okay, and I read you guys about. It says the youngest of Noah. Ham was the youngest of Noah, born probably around 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, not us, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Liberians, and Canaanites. Okay, that's who is under Ham. So, and you can't say that dark skin was a curse because they was all dark. How is Noah and his wife, Noah and his wife, who's dark skinned, gonna have a white child? Yeah, okay, they don't even, all of them was dark. So you can't say one was cursed with dark skin when they all was dark. Now, was one of them cursed? Absolutely. But you can't say with dark skin. Okay, so Hamites, their blood type is E1B1B. Shemites, E1B1A. The original definition of Negro proved Negroes were from the Bantu tribe. Remember, I just showed y'all them, the Bantu, Bantu tribe. Historians didn't know that the Bantus are Hebrews. Here's another thing. How was Jesus, I keep telling y'all, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary, able to sojourn in Egypt when the king was looking to kill him and he not stick out? It's because he was black. He just looked like a ordinary black person, black kid, black family. Let me show y'all something else. Give me one moment. I'm still here. One moment. Okay, let's see. Here we go, right here. Come on with the picture. Y'all, this computer has really been giving me bunkers. It shut down on me when I was on DKL's live today. Now they don't want to pull up the picture. I swear. And this thing that I usually clean all my computers with, because this is a Chromebook, it won't allow me to clean it. It don't ever get Chrome, y'all. Ever. Okay, so let me scroll it down. Let's see. Okay. I don't care nothing about no wigs. I was trying to show y'all a picture. Okay, right here it says the results show that the Limba share several genetic characteristics with Jews, including a particular marker on the Y chromosome called the Cohen model halotype, which is what I just gave y'all, E1B1A. I think that's what I said. Hold on. Yep, E1B1A. That's the chrome that they share, which means they're Moses. They're tied to Moses as well as Aaron. Okay. Cohen, which is Cohen, or in the biblical terms, it may be Kohen. In the Torah, this ancestor is identified as Aaron, the brother of Moses. The Limba DNA says that they are descendants from the tribe of Levi, which Judah had the same mother and father. We have the same haplogroup. And that's what they talk about here. Let me pull this up because I forgot I hadn't shared it with y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me make sure y'all can see. Hold on. This is what I was reading. CY chromosome copper. That's what I was reading right there. Okay, the Hebrew Bible tells the story of Jacob, the grandson of Abraham, who had 12 sons. Each of these sons became the leader of a tribe, collectively known as the 12 tribes of Israel. Historians date the origin of the 12 tribes to about 2,700 years ago. Over time, the 12 tribes became divided politically and geographically. The tribes of Judah and Benjamin lived in the southern part of Israel, where the other 10 lived in the north. Okay, so they go on down. It says interlocal cultures to the east. Many groups from the locations as disparate as Japan, China, India, and Ethiopia have claimed to be ancestors of lost tribes. Of course they have. However, the actual fate of these people are largely a mystery. Okay. So yeah. Okay. I wanted to show y'all that. And I wanted to give y'all a picture. So give me one moment to pull up a picture for you. See, unlike some people, it's good to have fun on here and everything. It's a whole nother issue to know where you come from and how this is important to today. One moment. Hold on, I want to show y'all this picture. Okay. Give me one moment to show y'all this picture. Pulling it up now as we speak. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Can y'all see that? There you go. Here you go. The Limba tribe. Aaron the Levite's DNA. I don't know about y'all, but this makes me feel all warm and tingly on the inside. And these are some of the people that are still over there, y'all. For real. Thank you, Birdie, for letting me know you can. I thought my mom would tell me, but he might be looking at somebody else at this point. Yes. I love this, y'all. I do. I love this. The lost tribe of Israel. And they'll tell you, we not lost. I love it. They like, we not lost. We know who we are. You know, and that the fact that when I started playing all of that earlier today, letting you know that it's coming out, people are beginning to speak more and more about us being the chosen people, which some of us knew that. We're trying to wake our other brothers and sisters up that have no clue who they are. And they bought into this disparaging comments and talks that were nothing but thugs and punks and hustlers and all this and stuff. When actuality, we are your mama. That's why y'all hear me come on here and say, honey, bow down. I'm your mama. Quit playing. They even went back. Scientists has told y'all that life started in Africa. Well, what color you think was in Africa? I mean, hello her. Come on now. And that's why I walk with a certain confidence. Like I said, I might not be your favorite, but I'm mine. I might not be your pick, but I'm mine. Because I know who I am. And I know whose I am. And I don't have to take down for nobody, because when it's all said and done, you gonna want me around because I'm the one with the blessing on my life. And I know that. I'm the one that got favor oozing out my every man's. Anywhere I go, I bring a blessing. And that's so the truth. Y'all, we can go in the store. Ain't had no customers all day. And while I'm in there, all of a sudden that door start going doom, doom, doom. People just start. I can be the one to call on the phone to whatever. And they be like, yeah, it's been dead all day. I'm like, that's about to change. I can't even get that out of my mouth. All of a sudden the phone start ringing off the hook. They go, where all these people come from? Because I got that blessing on me. I'm a favor magnet. I am God's favorite daughter. Trust and believe. It's a blessing to know me. It is. And I'm boasting in God. It's a blessing to know me. You know, I finally learned when people don't want to be bothered with you, let them be. Leave them alone. I used to, because I got so much love. Yeah, I keep telling y'all this, and it's the truth. I got so much love and compassion and stuff like that, that I really, when I see somebody I know needs it, I try to, I'm trying to be cool with them or whatever. I try to love them through whatever they're going through. Some people it works with. Some people, when they are just automatically just, gotta be like, shake it and go on. Now, when he tells me to shake it and go on, if I disobey, there's a price that I pay, because he's like, I told you to shake that and go on, and you decided to disobey me. So now you got to go through whatever happens with this person. You got to feel it all, because I want you to make sure that you heard enough that you will never go back. And for y'all to think God don't spank you, you a lie. And for those of us that he's chosen, like myself, not everybody's chosen, but I am. When you chosen, your punishment is harder. And I used to say to him, how come they get to do that and don't nothing happen to them? Oh yeah, me and God, we talk. Trust me, he know who I am. He made me. I'm like, how come that happened to them? They don't go through nothing. I barely do anything, and because I'm chosen. Too much is given, much is required. Anything that I do and I go against what he say, I got a bad punishment coming. And y'all, it was hard for me on some people that I cared about, and keyword is ED on the end, cared about, okay? That I cared about, it was hard for me to shake them, because I really cared about them. And I was just hoping that the love I had and everything that I had for them would make them be what God showed me they could be. But it didn't. It backfired in my face. It's like the more I showed them I cared, the more they took that as, yeah, watch me make her do this. Watch me, yeah. You know, they took it as a game, you know, to try to make me, I don't know what that was, because I don't operate like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that was. But however it was, it backfired. It backfired. Once I cut that loose, I cut it loose. And see, I'm the type of person, y'all, I can care about you and not care about you at the same point. What I mean by that, I look at you as a soul for Christ. And I can actually be like, how you doing today? You okay? Everything going okay? Because that's what Christ would have me to do. Not because there's anything vested. You know, it's not because, yeah. Because once I tell you it's a done deal, it's a done deal. There's only been one person that make me rethink my issues with that. I don't know. No, we still on the fence about that. But for the most part, mm-mm. Because here's my thing. Don't tell me you changed, but you changed nothing. What did you change? Your underwear, your diet, your drink, your sheets? What did you change? Because you still the same. So what you mean you changed? What you changed? When people tell me they changed, I look for that. Just that, a change. And I shouldn't have to look too far if you've changed. It should be noticeable. I should be able to say, you know what? That is different. You used to do. That should make me want to know this new person. But a lot of times, y'all, when people tell y'all they change, what they change? I'm different. What's different about you? Your hairstyle, the shoes you got on today. I don't know your phone number. I mean, what's different? Because you the same old line, conniving. Yeah, I could go on, but I'm not. You that same old person. So what have you changed? That's the thing. What when people say I've changed, well, what have you changed? I should be able to tell you what you've changed. If you really change, it's noticeable. It's gonna ooze. I should be able to say, you know what? You changed. You keep your word now. You used to say something and wouldn't keep your word. Now you keep your word. Now I hear from you often. Now, you know, it should be something noticeable. But a lot of times all people change to their conversation. They went from one lie to the next. That's it. That's all they change. And they hoping that you see a little change so you can come back up under that grip and they can start all over again with their fool la la, trying to trick you to making you think this and lying to you on this and not keeping the word on this. And some people shouldn't even hit. You know what? I can tell when I was going through a season because of some people, especially two that I know of for real, I shouldn't have had no conversation for them at all. Not a high and dang sure not a bad. You see what I'm saying? I shouldn't have had no conversation for them at all. I don't even know how. Like I said, I can tell I was going through because they had access to me that they shouldn't have had. I mean, true access to me, the inner outs of me, the naked and unashamed me. They had all of that of me, you know, and they shouldn't have. So now that I'm better than what I was and I'm actually beyond where I should have been, you know, God, yeah, he's been doing some stuff. I look back on that and say, girl, you was a fool. You know, in your right man, you would have never even spoke to nobody like that, let alone had a connection to him. You know you wouldn't. I'm a true AKA. For y'all who know what that is, I am. I'm a true AKA. I swear I am. I am. I am bougie to the max. I'm bougetto. I'm bougie and ghetto. I was raised in the ghetto, but my spirit and my mind and everything was so far away from where I lived. I always, seriously, even in the projects, we didn't live like project people, if that makes sense. My mother used to say, it's not where you live, it's how you live. And trust me, when I tell you our project apartment was bad, baby, it was laid to the max. When I tell you I didn't dress like I lived in the projects, I didn't carry myself, none of that was straight up in the hood. 3748. And I can tell you what building, baby. Born and bred. Seriously. And that tripped people out because when they met me, they had no clue. They had no clue. And then I would hear them talk about the projects and I'd be like, hey, watch it. Girl, why you worried about it? Because that's where I live at. You lying. No, I ain't lying. I live there now. You ain't gonna be putting down my people. So it's not how you live. No, it's not where you live, it's how you live. Seriously. Even to this day, when people meet me that don't know me, you know, they meet me and carry on a conversation with me and all this and stuff. They swear up and down that, you know, I'm around the upper nonchalant, whatever you call them. I'm up around them. They have no clue where my pedigree is. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be a wonder to people. They're not supposed to be able to tag you. And let me say this. Let me move on to something else real quick. Let me say this. I was listening to a doctor friend of mine. She's became a friend of mine. I honor her. I really do. I really honor her because she's been through a lot. But God has blessed her to excel. And she's a well-known name. I'll never tell her name. She's a well-known name. And I honor her in her prospective place. And she's been doing a couple of series and everything. And I was listening to one of her series, this lady that she had on live. And I was listening to her, and this woman taught me something today. See, I'm a woman who know I don't know everything. And I can honestly say that I don't know everything. And I said I was going to share this with you guys. So just bear with me because I feel like this is necessary. Okay. Give me one moment. Let me see. I remember asking some men, I was like, if you got married, what colors would you want to get married in? Don't you know they blew up at me? They went off on me, y'all. I kid you not. They went off on me. Why you ask me about? I was like, oh, hold up. Dang, I was just, y'all, it was a conversation, I swear. You would have thought I cussed them out. You would have thought I cussed them out because I asked I'm used to being able to talk to anybody, especially men, whatever. And I say something like, if you was to get married, where do you want to get married? Would you want to get married on a cruise ship? Or would you want to get married in Jamaica? And, they know it's just hypothetical. And they would be like, wherever. Nah, I'd rather get married on the halfway line at an NFL game, man. Something like that. I was not expecting this man to blow up at me. I swear. When I tell y'all he blew his gasket at me, I was like, whoa, that's deep. So that let me know that's some deep-rooted issues that somebody asks you a question and you blow up. I mean, a question as simple as, what color would you want to get married in? I wasn't asking you to marry me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, bless their heart. It was just a lot of things just further, yeah. Nah. But anyway, I learned something today, you guys. And she was saying that she felt safe like she's 40 something. And she said when she met this man, she felt safe with him. And she said it blew her mind because she was just meeting him, but for some reason she felt safe with him. And she was like, I wonder why, because I didn't know him from Adam, and everything. And she was like, she never heard him talk about God or Jesus, but she knew that he knew God, and she would never bring it up, until one day the conversation, she just felt like she had to ask him, why don't you ever talk about Jesus or God? And he was honest with her. He told her, he said, I don't go to church because I was hurt at the church, and I'm going to tell you why. And he finally admitted to her how he was hurt at the church, but that he has a relationship with God. He spent time with God and everything like that. And she said that taught her not to be so judgmental. And because she's a Christian person and she's a preacher and all this. And that let me look at myself, right? Because when I met my husband, my deceased husband, he didn't know anything about God. And at that time, I was in the world because I had been hurt in church, but I kept my relationship with God. I just wasn't going to church, okay? And so he really met me in the world, but he knew I had a connection to God and everything. And me just doing me and going back to church and, being faithful and all that drew him in. But here's my thing. I said with this marriage, I know my husband is going to be focused on me. And I'm okay with that because I know he's got to know God for God to even bring us together. And God knows I don't want a man who drinks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a man who smokes. So God is not going to bring me that. I don't want a man who has to hide his feelings. Or if I have a conversation with him, he tell me it's not important. He don't care because what I got to say ain't important. I don't want none of that. I want us to be able to first be friends, that we establish a connection friend-wise, and then it moves to something else. Because if we're friends first, it'll last, because that's what happened. And I know that because I'm not a novice in marriage. I almost had 30 years in before my husband was lost his life to COVID. So I know what it takes to actually have a successful, happy marriage. So I want my friendship with my husband. I want us to be able to just lay together and not feel like we have to entertain each other all the time. I want to feel like that he looks forward to coming home from work to me. I want to look forward to him coming home, and I want him to know how to protect me. I want to feel safe with him. I want to know that if anything goes down, he got me. So I understand that. I understand it. And where a lot of us Christian women, we want to make sure that our husbands is solidified in Christ. Because if not, you're unequally yoked. And that brings a whole nother issue. And the enemy will use that to divide your house. The enemy will come in a minute. If you got a man that is so jealous of you and the time that you spend, even if you at church and other men in there, if you have a man that's insecure, he gonna want to know why you at church all the time. Even though when he met you, you was a church girl, you went to church all the time, you told him how you was. Oh yeah, I can deal with that. And you be in church past 8:00. And he think you there sleeping with the pastor because he's insecure. I don't need a man like that. I need a man to know that if I say I'm at church, I'm at church. And he'll hold me down. Baby, I know you there. Call me when you're ready. I'm going to come and get you. If he don't go with me. So that was a lesson. That was a lesson. Like I said, I'm never too old to learn at all. Because different levels bring new devils. You know what I'm saying? And that, of course, that's a cliche. It's the same devil, but he just gets his devices, his tricks get a little bit different when you go to another level. And for every level that you on, there's an attack that you're gonna have to face on that level. Okay, so that's why I tell all my people in church and the people that I'm responsible for. Like I told y'all, I got pastors under me, I got teachers and preachers and stuff like that under me that I'm accountable for. And like I tell them, we're gonna make sure that whatever you're claiming that you are, that you're really that. Because let's just say you're an evangelist, okay? But you're claiming to be a bishop. That's two different levels of warfare. So by you claiming to be a bishop and you're really an evangelist, that means that you're fighting a warfare of a bishop that you most likely will lose because you're an evangelist. So we want to make sure that whatever level you on, that you're really on that level, so that once you fight that warfare, then God will elevate you if you're supposed to be elevated to whatever level. Because in every level that you claim, that's the warfare you're going to fight. And the devil is not fair. He don't fight fair. Anyway, so I want to play this real quick, and I want to know what your comments is on it, and then we're going to be out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for rolling with a girl. This is really important. This is, Lord. Pay attention to this, because I got some questions for real, and there might even be a cash app attached to this. So let's go. Let go.
So, we talk a lot. I just got home. He just got home. We were in New York for Fashion Week, and then he had to fly out to go speak at the prisons, and I had to continue to keep working. So I went up to the Breakfast Club, and I enjoyed it. And
proud of you too.
thanks, babe. We were just wrapping it up and talking, and I was speaking. Yeah. So when I got back home, he had kind of said something that piggybacked off what I was saying, and I thought it was so dope coming from the male perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear.
So here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between two lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love. What happens is in my marriage, let me not speak for everybody, my marriage, I submit daily to the Most High. I stay in my scriptures. I continue to feed myself with things that help me build my character, to reshape my perspective that was.
Now, women, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what he just said? He said daily, he submit himself to the Most High. He stays in his scriptures. That's what my deceased husband did. Every day, he read his Bible, he prayed for me, and did him. I had no problem submitting to that man at all. Okay? At all. If that man asked me how high, if he tell me to jump, I say, how high, baby? I had no problem submitting to him. Because when a man submits to God, he won't mistreat your love. He won't mistake your love. He won't try to do you and play you when he submits to God, because he knows that he wants God to bless him and honor him. So therefore, he has to duplicate. He has to create what he wants duplicated. Anyway, here we go. Submission, y'all. Submitting, women, is not a cuss word when you submitting to a godly man. It's just not.
That was messed up in the streets and dealing with different propaganda and programming and things like that, so that I can come to my wife from a pure position. So when I do that and she sees me and she witnesses over time that it's an authentic demonstration, her heart is moved and softened and compelled to submit to me. Yeah. What does that look like? That doesn't mean that I dictate every decision. I don't walk around the house saying what we're going to spend, how we're going to do it. We talk and we build. And I consider everything that's on her heart, her perspective, her position, her philosophy. I'll carefully weave that into my philosophy to figure out what's the best move for this family, keeping all of that in mind. Now, the moment I start to step outside of righteousness and I start to move from a place of emotion instead of analytics, she has every right to snatch that back, because submission is a gift. When she sees me laying at the foot of the Father, she has no reason to withhold that from me. The problem is this: men are not found in positions of leadership handling it with integrity. How you gonna lead your wife if you can't balance a checkbook?
Well,
if you don't know what's going on in the stock market, you don't have a sound understanding of the finances, you can't create a budget, you don't understand what's going on in the educational system in your community that's impacting your kids. In order to lead, you got to be so far ahead of your family that by the time they come to you with a situation or a problem, you've already dived into it, done your due diligence so that you can give leadership. You don't lead from your genitals. You lead from a gentle place of understanding. And the more she trusts, the more she can let go of things that she don't have to deal with and focus on the things that edify her. It ain't about money. We both hustlers. It's not about a dollar for dollar thing, because we're one unit. Yeah. If I fall, she falls. If she falls, I fall. Submission is solely about trust.
I think when women hear the word submission, we're like, what? Submitting. With my husband, like he said, to piggyback off what he just said, it was what he demonstrated. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't come in and say, all right, like he said, the budget is this for that, this is and the third. I watched how he did things. I watched how he budgeted. I watched him. And then I slowly became him. And I submitted in that. Yeah, now I think I'm more frugal than him. And that's not even being like, gotta be frugal because we don't have it. It's just being smart. And the word, if you dig deep in the word with your partner, you'll start to see a lot of things that we're talking about. But yeah, I like that he broke that down, because I'm a very strong woman. I like what I like. I'm very strong. But when it comes to allowing him to cover and lead this home, I sit back and allow him to do that, and it makes me better. Wow, that like
Lead by example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want your wife to be humble, walk in humility. If you want your wife to forgive you, be quick to forgive. If you want your wife to consider, following you down a specific path, prove to her that you got the blueprint and that she's not following you to some unknown destination. My wife don't have to follow anything that she don't see me demonstrating.
Yeah.
So master the thing before you go out and try to teach it. It's like sometimes you see cats, as soon as they get a book and they read something, they start running, trying to teach people on it, but you haven't applied it and gone through the proving grounds of being able to master that information yourself. So leadership is a forward-thinking thing. And when you do that, women's natural instinct is going to be to trust, to be able to submit their hearts. But again, this ain't a dominant thing.
Nah.
And I want my wife cold as me, because if something ever happens to me, she don't like having
He
that
always
conversation.
say that.
If something ever happens to me, she need to know how to get that bag. She need to understand where the money's at. She need to know how to ask the right questions. I ain't telling you to ask nobody nothing. You tell them what belongs to you. She can't do that if I'm controlling everything. So my wife needs to be a direct female reflection of the man that I am. Facts.
Come on now.
You come on.
I always said the wise woman once told me, the older women used to tell me, stop, boy.
Well,
Is the woman is the neck and the man is the head.
See?
And without the neck, the head can't move.
Two heads is just a head, but see how that works.
Okay.
See how that works.
So yeah. And I'm gonna end it with this. We ain't perfect, and we ain't trying to be perfect. We still growing. And we just want to share that with all those out there that's still growing and want.
And get clarity. Don't be trying to twist my wife's words up at the end of the day, because I'm proud of her for standing.
They try to do that?
And whatever, Tom. At the end of the day, we want to make sure there's clarity to what she said and the understanding, and be able to hear the force behind what she is saying, so it don't get tangled and twisted. It ain't for everybody. Do your thing. But for women out there who truly desire that, and men who want to step up to the call, we just want to take time out, make sure we bring clarity to our demonstration, and hope that it's fruit for you in your life, and watch how God bless. Straight like that.
Y'all see that? Y'all, when I tell you, first of all, I'm proud of Fantasia. They got married after 2 months. That's saying something, okay? They got married after 2 months. She said 2 days or 2 months, 1 to 2. She said one night they met each other. They talked for 24 hours. They didn't want to let each other go. They were so in sync. And a lot of times, y'all, when you put it like this, when the pupil is ready, the teacher will come. And she so happened to be a pupil that day, and God sent her teacher. God sent her man of God, because she was ready. And so I love the way that he spits. I do. I love the way that he spits. I love the way that he loves her. You can tell how he loves her by the way he looks at her. You can tell it. See, everything is in a man's eyes. When you see a man that don't want to look at you, you can't look in his eyes, he has something to hide. Seriously. Because when he loves you, he ain't gonna care who knows that he loves you. You find a man that don't want people to know that he loves you, trust me, don't claim that man is yours, because he got something to hide. I'm serious. I don't want no man telling me don't tell nobody that he like me. Excuse me? Do you know who I am? Oh, okay. You ain't even got to worry about player. So I love that. And I love the way that she's submitting to him. So y'all, we do have work to do. We really do have work to do. But true love covers a multitude of sins and faults. That's biblical. That's why I wanted to end with that, because true love does cover a multitude of sins and faults. So tonight was just a lesson night. I hope you guys have learned something. I hope that you go back and listen to this, and you can fast forward past anything that's not relevant to what you want to tell somebody about, But just know that with the rest of the time that we have here on earth, however long that is, or however short that is, I don't know. But it's best to, if you're going to be in a relationship, be in a God-filled love relationship. Because when it's all said and done, your mate needs to know how to cover you, not just with a weapon or his fist, but he needs to know how to cover you in prayer. He needs to know how to seek God for what's best for both of y'all and be able to hear God's voice on how to deal with it. He also needs to know his wife. He needs to know that when you're real quiet, either you're thinking or something that's on your heart that you want to say that you can't. And he needs to make it soft for you to do that. You need to know if your husband comes home and he's a little bit more tired and quieter than he normally is, that something happened either at his job or on his ride home that he wants to express, but he don't know how without looking weak to you. So you both need to know each other, and you have to know each other's love language. What happened with Alexis or what happened with Tyra may not be how I want you to deal with me. I may need a little more of your attention. I might need a little bit more hugs than they did. And you shouldn't make me feel bad because I want the attention and hugs of my husband. So, that being said, I love you guys. There is nothing you can do about it. Remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. And this has been your girl, Creole Butterfly. Smooches. I hope you felt that.